Hey guys, Press a Bill, Comic Book University, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., episode number 14. Whoa, this was probably the freakiest of the freaky episodes, man. This was wild. LMD, aka LSD's trip. I mean, everybody's an LMD now. I told you this was going to go on for a while. I don't see how they can fix this in 2 episodes. And if they do, it probably won't be good. So, yeah, wow, man, everybody's an LMD now except for Fitz and Simmons, or maybe those two are really the LMDs. And great, now I'm doing a conspiracy theory, and that's what this whole thing was about, man. Everybody talking about a conspiracy theory. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. I like to do my disappointments first, and then move on to the good stuff, so that I actually have free reign. I'm really disappointed in Zach, man, Zach McGowan, the Superior. I really thought he was going to be more than this. Like, this is just a paycheck for this guy, man. Like, he's talking about buying another house, or something like that. So he's like, yeah, I need the down payment for a house, so I'll do these episodes of Shield really quick. I'm actually kind of disappointed. My hair is all over the place, but what do you call it? Fresh out the shower. Anyway, yeah, we got to see a whole bunch of May and Phil, which is cool. I always love seeing those two. But aside from that, and the game that Phil is trying to do, and cool story, bro. I liked seeing Daisy kicking a little butt there with the Superior. That was cool. Cheating? No, you're just you're playing by the old rules. I liked that. The red shirt comment with Coulson and Davis and Simmons. That was pretty cool. The labyrinth comment. Let's hope we don't see the Goblin King. Guys, anytime you're going to throw a David Bowie reference at me, I'm more than welcome it. Bring the noise. I loves it. But Mac, I forgot to mention Mac because I'm mentioning things that I don't like right now. I'm actually really upset with Mac. Like what his thing earlier on, a couple episodes ago, where he's like, haven't you seen all the horror movies? That was funny. That was cute. But now him being so serious, blaming Fitz for the Matrix, and yes, we now know it is clear the framework is actually the Matrix. They made way too many references. I like that opening scene with all the. They might as well just stuck something in the back of their cerebral implant. But how come Lawrence Fishburne didn't make an appearance in this? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Mac is actually starting to tick me off with all this stuff. The whole look, Professor Bell has actually been to university, all right, and what do you call my first major actually dumped it was actually psychology, and then I switched it over to some sociology just for an associate's, and what do you call it? Ethics was important to that. I minored in philosophy, loves it, and religion, comparative religion studies. But ethics was actually the class that surprised me the most. That and the critical thinking classes actually allowed me to have a better understanding of the ability to think a thought all the way through. To not just hear talking heads talk and then get into an argument over that, but to rather look at the deeper meaning of things. Really great for rhetoric and things like that. But when I hear Mac sitting here with this very surface argument about, oh, well, you created the Matrix and you created the framework and you created the LMDs and all that stuff. So technically, all of this is on you. No, it is not. No, it's not. This is like the bad guy. Surprise, I'm really the bad guy, and I've got the girl that got a knife to her throat. Take one more step, and her blood will be on your hands. No, idiot. It will quite literally and figuratively be on your hands. Your hands. Okay, not my hands if I take another step. If you take another step, you're an idiot. All right, I'm not going to let you get away because I've got a gun. You've only got a knife and a girl. All right, and you let her go. There's nothing stopping me from blowing off your kneecaps and leaving you there. But okay, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. The point is, those silly little comments about the blood is on your hands and things like that, no, it is absolutely not. And Fitz, I'm actually upset with Fitz's character more than I am with Mac because, no, I can't even get it with Mac because, look, I'm a former electrical engineer, all right? And Mac is supposed to be a mechanical engineer, okay, or electrical, whatever, tech, something. He's in the tech fields, and for him to say something like that is absolutely ridiculous. The guy walks around with an axe shotgun. So the guy who made an axe so that we could like poor Abraham Lincoln, right? The guy who made the axe so we could cut down trees and all this stuff, right? Oh, all the blood of the people who were killed with axes and hatchets and tomahawks, right? And with his axe shotgun, the blood is on that guy's hands. Well, that's easy to say. That's really easy to say. And it's also kind of juvenile and infantile all rolled up into one little toddler sandwich, okay? And more than he's got a shotgun. Gunpowder. Oh my God. But the Chinese developed gunpowder and they made it for their rockets, not for cannons and for warfare and things like that. That was later on. Other people. So the Chinese are to blame for every single person who's been killed? No, that's asinine. And a retard would say something like that. Is that rude for me to say retard? I'm not actually talking about anyway. Look, what I'm saying is that's a very retarded, it's a very mentally regressed argument to say a stupid statement like that. Very upset at his character and thus the writers who put that in there. I think it was completely unnecessary and ridiculous. Come on, man, what a dumb argument. But nonetheless, the idea that everybody is now an LMD is impressive to me. It's very impressive, and it shows how good intentions can go awry, But yeah, just blaming somebody for something who had good intentions, no, sorry, that's not the way that it actually works. But anyway, guys, I want to know what you guys think about this episode, because it really was, forget about that nonsense. It was actually kind of, it's weird. This reminds me of, I got to bring this back to comics, and thus the Marvel comics in this particular regard. Things that have to do with body doubles and pod people, right, and doppelgangers and things like that, like the Skrull invasion. All right, the Secret Invasion. This was the one that came right after the original Marvel superhero Civil War in 2009, I think that was. So the Skrull invasion would have been 2010, 2011-ish. I believe it was 8 issues, main storyline issues. I don't remember if there's an issue 0. Either way, there was so many different side issues, crossover issues with other characters, other comics. But that was a very hard comic series to follow. Not too many people liked it. I enjoyed it. I didn't like it too much because even with having read it more than once, twice, I gotta be honest, twice. I only read it twice. But it's still very hard to understand it because characters were dead, but then they came back, but they were never actually dead. They were kidnapped. But when were they kidnapped? Oh, well, we're just going to say around this time. Like there's too many other storylines that this storyline takes from, and nobody's actually who they really are. So what happened to Coulson and all that? Because they specifically showed us one thing and then tell us later on it's actually something else. That's weird, man. Like, that's just way too weird. So I don't know how I feel about the storyline because, big shocker. Whoa, interesting. But how are we actually going to go forward with this without everybody? Like, this is the kind of episode that could, or storyline at the very least, that could just turn everybody off. Like, okay, now who's who? Is this the real May? Is this the fake May? Is this the, if it's just one person that it happened to, it's cool. I get it. We can just follow this one guy. But when we don't know who is and who isn't, that's a bit much. My opinion, that's a bit much. If they were to say that what's his name, Director Mace was the only one, okay, cool. I'm good with that. But now the superior is down, and these 4 people are replaced, and now May is back. The LMD May is back. We have no idea where May actually is. I feel like this story is right on the cusp of being way too convoluted to follow. So I'm going to be watching the next episode, and then I think that season finale comes after. It's interesting that the 14th episode comes on the 14th day, which is Valentine's Day. Hey, happy Love Day, guys. But yeah, it looks like this series ends at the end of this month, the 28th of this month. So no leap year this month. Oh, well. But anyway, guys, seriously, let me know what you think because I'm curious about this episode. I'm still up in the air if I actually like it or not. Anyway, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. See you next week. Class dismissed.